What's up, guys? Thank you, Chris here. It, we're back. It is day number 84. We are back after 3 weeks. It's been a rough couple of fucking weeks. Not gonna lie. Um, as soon as I stop trading AM session wants to get good. It's crazy how the whole thing fucking works. But let's get straight into today. To be honest, guys, I have been trying to trade standard deviation OTE. I feel like I'm comfortable with OTE, so I've been trading OTE more. Um, but I kind of want to, figure out my ways around standard deviation. The only thing about standard deviation, in my opinion, is your win rate goes down, but your RR goes up. Which I mean, like, yeah, it's good. You're getting more RR, but in my opinion, I'd rather have something that's high RR. I mean, low RR, high win rate, because in my opinion, if I have my setup is um showing up once or twice a day and I have a 70% win rate, that means I'm, statistically that means I'm profitable. When I could have a 20%, win rate and have a high RR, yes, but my setup is only showing up once every 2 days, once every 3 days, and if I miss out, that's it. I got to wait another 3 days or whatever it is. So, I have been learning OTE. Um but take this with a grain of salt because I, am barely getting the hang of it. Coming in, there isn't really much for market to target. We have a 4 hour here, session high, session highs. We did have this 5 minute and this 5 minute. This 5 minutes already been tagged once, twice, 3 times. But I marked it for the consequent encroachment, which is fancy way of saying the midpoint. We have this unfilled 5. So what I was looking forward, what I was looking for. So here, the 3 minute manipulation leg, while tapping into the 5 minute, CISD pretty much with this candle. I go down to the 1 minute candle, and with OTE, you start off with the lowest at the low, and you pretty much go all the way until it reaches your levels here. So obviously we tap into the 5. We respect the 5, and we pump. So here we pump, and this is the highest high, the newest highest high. And so I mark out the OTE. We have this 1 minute here on the distribution leg. So I decided to put limits at the 0.618 because that's right under the 1 minute. I think we enter with nine contracts, micros. I've noticed that my 1-to-1 usually does get hit. So at the 1-to-1, for the most part, I'll exit. I'll close half of my contracts, if not maybe 75% of my contracts, and then I'll let it ride and go break even. But in all honesty, I didn't go break even here just because we inversed this one, so I felt pretty good about it. We inversed this one, so we closed 50% of my contracts at the 1-to-1. We're targeting a 1-to-2. I tend to not try to go for over 1-to-2 RR just because I don't want to get greedy. I want to have a high win rate, low RR. So I try to just go for 1-to-2. If there was maybe like a 4 hour here, like right above it, then maybe I would target an unfilled 4 hour. For the most part though, I would just stick to a 1-to-2. Here, luckily, if we did go break even, we would have been break even here, but I decided to hold, and as you can see, we did hit for a 1-to-2. Yes, the -2 level on the standard deviation is here, which you could target if you wanted to, but for example here, I mean, this isn't like, we just dumped. That's why I try to just target 1 to 2. Here I also would have, at this high, I would have, on this candle, as soon as it tapped here, I exited. If I had 9 contracts, 5 closed at 5, 1 to 1, so I closed out 2, right? So now I have 2 remaining. I closed it out here. Yes, it might have been early, but I closed it out, and then it finally ran towards my TP here, and we ended the day, I think, on like 500, 550, something like that. I would show y'all, but I've taken a couple L's on our paper trades, but 157, 133, 132. So that's what I ended today with. That's it. I'm done with Asia session for today. One and done. I'm gonna keep following my rules. Don't be surprised if I go back to trading AM, just because market's starting to get a little good. If I can bang out a few trades, within the first hour of market open, that's perfect. But I do want to stick to Asia. As you guys can see here, if you would have tried to held to the -2 level, you would have been stopped out. But that's pretty much it for today. I'll catch you guys in the tomorrow's episode, hopefully. So I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.